Hi everyone, Amy Hill here. I am with Mitch Prosser today, and he is with Palmetto Family, and they have a lot of exciting things that they are working on and that he wants to share with you. And also, they are doing a podcast, and we'll give you more information about that in just a moment, and it'll be in the narrative. But Mitch, how are you doing on this balmy 82 day in South Carolina?
Amy, I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on your news channel here. I'm so grateful for you and so many other South Carolinians who are excited about the grassroots movement and the things that are happening here in our state. Now, there's a lot going on, and right. I need to tell you at home, wherever you're listening to this, watching, some of it's good, and some of it's not so good.
Right.
And that's what Palmetto Family exists for. We are the cultural guardrails in South Carolina, keeping the liberal left from driving everything that you and I care about, everything you care about, off of a cliff.
Right.
As I told a friend the other day, they're not just kissing up against the guardrail. I mean, they are driving full throttle,
right.
foot on the gas at the guardrail. And at Palmetto Family, we exist to ensure that South Carolina is a state where God is honored, religious freedom flourishes, families thrive, and life is cherished. And so we are all about bringing people together as the people of God, Christian conservatives, and focusing on the things that we can do here in South Carolina to make our state a great place to live, work, and raise a family.
So definitely Christian values, a Christian organization here in the Palmetto State, and that's what our values are.
That's right.
So tell us, what's new? What's the newest thing y'all are working on?
Yeah.
Do you work with legislators, the governor? Do you get out in the community? What are you doing to forward that initiative of Christian values and family-focused values?
So the short answer to that is yes.
Yes.
We do it all. In fact, kind of what I do as the director of outreach, most of my time is spent out in South Carolina. I've been to Richburg, I've been to Blacksburg, I've been to Spartanburg. I think we've got all the burgs covered.
Got the burgs.
I've been to Greenville, Varnville. I think I've got the Villes.
The Villes.
All right. So I going around the state sharing with people that we are unapologetically Christian conservative. Before all else, we are Christian conservative, and there's a big difference between the two.
There is.
And so we at Palmetto Family believe that our faith values faith and freedom are worth defending.
Right.
And so we are on the front lines daily. We're here at the Statehouse during the session, making sure that those people that you elected as your representatives, that they're doing what they said they were going to do. We're promoting legislation like the Heartbeat Bill, like the Religion is Essential Bill, like the Save Women's Sports Bill. I mean, in South Carolina, it's almost like someone brought California to our Carolina.
Yes.
And we're having to tell people in our state that boys play sports with boys,
right,
and girls play sports with girls. Religion is essential. Hello, if hospitals can be open, if doctors can operate, if policemen can pull you over for speeding, then the church house, hospital for the hurting, should be open in every situation, in every pandemic. Grateful for Governor McMaster, but making sure that whenever the next governor comes, and whatever the next thing is, the next crisis, whatever it is, that the church stays open. Representative Richie Yao doing an outstanding job with that. So
making sure we hold to the values that we love the most.
That's right. I talk about hope all the time. It's one of the messages that I carry with me everywhere I go. So many South Carolinians have asked the question, is there any hope? You might be asking that right now as we look at the news and we turn on the social media and is there any hope? Well, can I tell you, hope doesn't start right back here in the Statehouse.
It starts at home.
That's right. It starts at your house and in the church house. We believe that the hope for South Carolina starts at your house. That's right, absolutely, like you said, and at the church house, with pastors, religious leaders across the state uniting as a concerted front to show the rest of our state that our faith and freedoms need to be guarded and protected and defended.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm really excited about another thing that we're doing. For the last few months, we've had the opportunity at the governor's request. Palmetto Family has put together a task force. Dave Wilson, our executive director, and I have led a task force of religious and ministry leaders across the state who are speaking into the foster and adoptive care crisis.
Oh, that's wonderful.
We have 4,000 kids. Get that, people, 4,000 kids in the foster care system. Out of that 4,000, 58% have been in for more than 2 years. 24 months. A lot happens in that time. And here's the other issue. We have a 1-year rule here in South Carolina. So we're breaking our own sets of rules. I was on the phone today with a friend who is going through the midst of their own foster and adoptive care crisis. And the stories that I'm hearing from South Carolinians all across our state are very concerning. And so our task force has heard from Director Leach at DSS. In fact, our podcast will be interviewing him in just a couple of weeks, and he'll be on our podcast. And then the governor is going to take all of what our task force has put together at Palmetto Family. We are the hub and the center of this, the conduit which all the information flows through. The governor is hosting a governor's summit on foster care and adoption, and he's going to do that on October the 14th. And it's going to be here downtown Columbia. All of our task force, along with several key legislators, are going to be a part of that. And we are bringing not just problems to the table, because there are a lot of problems. We're bringing solutions to the table, telling the children of South Carolina that you matter. And we believe that foster parents matter, children matter, their biological parents matter. I mean, we're talking about cases where people just need help. And we can get them the help that they need through the church and through Christian organizations. We are going to be that hub at the center of the wheel.
Family.
That's right. That's right. Absolutely. Because Palmetto Family, get this, believes that the family matters.
It does.
That's right.
I agree. Family matters. So tell me more about that podcast, and how can people find the podcast, and where are you on Facebook, and where are you on, what's the web address?
Speaking of Palmetto Family Matters, that's the name of our podcast and our upcoming magazine. In October, we're going to be putting out our very first publication and magazine, where we're going to let you know about all the issues. So it can go on the coffee table, it can go with you to church, it can go wherever you go, and you can carry those things. So Palmetto Family Matters podcast can be found wherever podcasts are: Apple, Spotify, Pocket Cast. Palmetto Family Matters podcast. We just released an episode yesterday with Pastor Tony Foster, African American pastor here in South Carolina, saying that CRT just doesn't work and it's unbiblical. And so he unpacked that. We're talking about the foster and adoptive care crisis on our podcast. You definitely want to tune into Palmetto Family Matters podcast. And then you can go to our website at palmettofamily.org. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all of your major social media outlets, and you can go and find Palmetto Family on any of those. I'd encourage you to like, subscribe, follow, all of that. And
donate. You're a 501,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. We believe that our work is investable.
It is.
And we use the word investment because we know that you expect a return on your investment.
Right.
And so we want to do work and a job worthy of the investment of hardworking South Carolinians. And so I sound like a Baptist preacher all of a sudden. We ask for investments of time, talent, and treasure. So if you are capable of doing a job, we need the help. We need every South Carolinian, every Bible-believing South Carolinian with the means necessary, whether that's time, talent, or treasure, to jump in and invest in what we're doing. Because we are the cultural guardrails in South Carolina, ensuring that the liberal left doesn't drive what you and I care about off of a cliff.
Absolutely. And thank you so much, Mitch, for talking with me today and letting everybody know that Palmetto Family's out there. I know a lot of people are aware of Palmetto Family, but there are some out there still that have not heard of it, and we hope that you engage and check out what they're doing, even be supportive any way that you possibly can. But thank you so much, and I hope that you have a great afternoon and enjoy. I don't want to keep you from your family any longer than we have to, but you guys have a good evening, and thank you so much for watching.
Thank you.